Right now, thousands of cases are backlogged in the Cameron County courts. That means the county is missing out on thousands of dollars that could be benefiting taxpayers.
Channel 5's Daisy Martinez live from our Cameron County newsroom to explain. Daisy?
We looked at just the Cameron County courts at law. In just 3 courts, there's a combined backlog of almost 6,000 cases. Officials tell us that'll soon change, meaning more money in Cameron County coffers. Cameron County Court at Law Number 3 Judge David Gonzalez gets about 75 to 125 new cases in his courtroom every week. He says many of the people coming to his court are first-time offenders. According to Cameron County Clerk Sylvia Garza Perez, since 2000, Court at Law Number 3 has accumulated a backlog of more than 1,800 cases. Judge Gonzalez says part of the issue has been the lack of space to prosecute all these cases.
There are still only 3 working courtrooms for county courts. And so it doesn't do any good for catching up with backlog if a court has to shut down to be able to let another court get their docket done.
Garza Perez says right now, Cameron County Court at Law Number 1 has a backlog of 2,420 cases. Court at Law Number 2 has 1,545 backlogged cases.
That's a lot of money.
Money, Garza Perez says the county is losing out on. Cases handled in these courts can rack up a few hundred to a couple of $1,000s in court fees and fines. Part goes back to the county's general fund, which is used by commissioners for projects like paving roads and building playgrounds. During the past fiscal year, Garza Perez's office has collected about $1 million from cases that went before these courts.
At the end of the day, we do whatever, we follow through with whatever the judge tells us to do. We cannot make that decision. We collect for filing fees, and then we collect based on whatever fine they get from the courts.
Judge Gonzalez realizes the Cameron County Courts of Law are a financial engine for the county. He says that won't be an influence on how quickly cases are determined in his courtroom.
I'm aware of it, but that's not something that I can take into account when I'm deciding whether to postpone something. I should not, as a member of the judiciary, I should not be worried about whether, how I dispose of cases affects the county budget.
In many cases, instead of cash payments to the county, judges will allow offenders to pay with jail time or community services. Currently, there are 2 courts under construction. That's Court 4 and 5, which these officials hope will move some of these cases along. Live from the Cameron County Newsroom, Daisy Martinez, Channel 5 News at 6.
Cameron County Court at Law Number 4 hasn't been built, but Judge Sheila Garcia-Benz took office in January. This is Channel 5 News Extra. County Clerk Sylvia Garza Perez tells us this court has been handling many of the mental health and probate cases. On January 1st, Estela Chavez Vasquez will be sworn in as Court at Law 5 judge. Construction on these courts is expected to be finished by the end of this month.